Welcome to another edition of Breaking News brought to you by Source Selection Soundbites. Today we will discuss the case of Semcore and Ford Associates decided at the GAO. The case concerns the expert exception to full and open competition that was added by the passage of FASA in 1994. It allows the agency to procure the services of an expert for use in any litigation or dispute involving the federal government, irrespective of whether the expert is expected to testify. The Air Force was in the middle of a dispute that escalated to a claim filed with the Court of Federal Claims. The Air Force established a Contract Issues Resolution Team, or CIRT. The CIRT was staffed with contractors that had intimate knowledge of the facts and costs associated with the ongoing dispute. Their primary duties were imaging of documents, databasing, and exchange of documentation. The agency classified the CIRT team members as experts and issued a sole source contract to the current contractor working on its CIRT. A protest was launched against the agency's action. The protesters argued that the Air Force's sole source award to ITC was improper because the agency was not acquiring the services of an expert, but rather litigation support services akin to paralegal, clerical, or administrative services. The Air Force countered that the ITC personnel were experts by virtue of the special and current knowledge of the claim that they have gained over the past 3 years, which is used to assist the SART in the analysis of and defense against the claim and in the ADR effort. The Air Force further contended that it could not be certain of obtaining the services of ITC's personnel through any means other than awarding the contract to ITC and could not afford any disruptions caused by the loss of these personnel. Lastly, the Air Force said it could have used the one responsible source exception instead of the expert exception. En route to finding against the protesters, the GAO noted the record does not reasonably support the Air Force's assertion that the knowledge, or skill, gained by working with the databases for some time is sufficiently special to render these personnel experts. It is commonplace to use litigation support databases in large-scale litigation such as this, and it is reasonable to conclude that any competent provider of such services would possess the knowledge and skill to use such databases. To be sure, the organization and content of such databases will differ from case to case, making each database unique. However, the differences here are not so unusual as to bestow upon the users of the databases the special skill or knowledge of a particular subject required here. The GAO therefore conclude that the personnel who are technical editors or clerical support staff do not qualify as experts for purpose of the CICA exception. Notwithstanding the inapplicability of the experts exception, the GAO concluded that the Air Force's action here is more properly covered by the one responsible source exception. Therefore, the protest was denied. Now let's address a few of the lessons learned from this protest. They include: 1. Paralegal and clerical positions are not usually classified as experts. 2. Knowledge gained by working on a project is not necessarily qualified as expert or special knowledge. And 3. When an agency rationale for a sole source fails, if another rationale is applicable, the agency will prevail in the protest. In this episode of Source Selection Soundbites, we discussed the Semcore and Ford Associates case and the sole source concepts related to expert services. This concludes today's Source Selection Soundbite. If this video was helpful, hit the like and subscribe button to ensure you don't miss any new material. If you want more details on the subject, they are available on the Source Selection Answer app. It contains lectures, quizzes, court cases, sample documents, and more material that allows practitioners to quickly obtain actionable knowledge. Thanks for watching. See you next time.